Now, many of us, out of necessity or by what we normally do, shoot archery in our backyard. And one of the things which is common with many people doing backyard shooting is shooting at a lower target. So as you can see by my very simple setup of my target on the ground, where it is a bit safer. If I do miss a target, the arrows will go into the ground rather than over the fence into the neighbors. Now, a few of us may be fortunate in having a specific practice space like a garage where you have a backstop and you can elevate the target to waist level. But many of us are, of course, stuck at home putting things on the ground, and that's fine. Except that there's one particular habit which many new archers have when shooting in their backyards at low targets, and I'll show it to you right now. Now, it may not be immediately obvious if you're not used to doing form checks and diagnoses. It's nothing to do with my process, the technique or release, the fact I'm not using a glove or finger tab, but it's everything to do with the positioning of my front shoulder. Now, in the recent year when I've been shooting in my backyard a lot more because of lockdown, some people ask, well, why do you lean forward so much? Well, part of it is, depending which style I shoot, it is part of the style. Part of it is preference and being a bit more aggressive. But one factor that is common to all my shooting in my backyard is that I am shooting at a lower target. And one of the things I must keep in mind is correctly placing my shoulder. Now, what we saw before was me changing my hand position, the bow hand, to match where the target is. So I'm moving my hand down while keeping my shoulders at the same position. As a result, what's happening is I'm breaking the line across my shoulders and I'm pointing downwards like that. So you are kind of pivoting at your anchor point. And this is actually pretty bad. And the reason why this is bad is because when you are pulling on the bow, the force is now coming up your arm and up your shoulder, and it's going above your shoulder. This is pushing your shoulder upwards and putting more strain here. And this is one of the more common injuries for archers with the wrong technique. And I'll tell you right now, even one shot like that, it feels wrong, and many of us won't feel the pain or the injury too long afterwards. But I can say right now, if I keep on shooting like that, I would definitely feel this very sore, and if I continually do it, I do risk a long-term injury. So what you should be doing is making sure your shoulders are level. But if you're shooting at a lower target, then you pivot at the waist, so you move your entire torso down that way. And notice how, again, the shoulder line is consistent, it's level, and I'm tilting to match the direction of the target. So I'm not moving my hand down and keeping my shoulder there. I'm moving my whole body downwards. That explains why occasionally you might see me leaning quite aggressively, but this is very important. You keep the shoulder low, and therefore when you pull and shoot, it is much safer for your shoulder. This is particularly crucial when you're doing things like 3D archery, where you're shooting at very low angle targets. You don't want to move the bow hand down. You want to make sure that your shoulder is low and you use your waist to get the elevation. So once again, remember to keep the front shoulder down and low. This is the same for most archery styles. Keep it low and it's much safer, much more comfortable. If you're shooting at a lower target and you have to angle downwards, remember to bend at the waist. Don't lower your hand and pop the shoulder up. This is a very common injury. It can cause soreness, and if it is feeling sore here, do check your form. You might be doing it wrong and it might cause problems later. Anyway, that's a very quick tip. Hope you found that helpful. Hope you're staying safe and healthy where you are. I'm NUSensei. Thank you for watching, and hopefully we'll see you next time.